Fuck brother Polight.
Fuck brother Polight.
Fuck brother Polight.
Fuck brother Polight.
Yeah, fuck brother Polight.
Fuck brother Polight.
Fuck brother Polight.
Fuck brother Polight.
You a liar, you a cheat, and you a scammer. I hope the universe come a karma and they hand to you. You a wolf in sheep's clothing, talking about your healing, but all you do is poison. Pimping on your wives, just like you golden. All for the fame, but your people the real soldiers. Wake up smelling Folgers, they janky promoters. Sell out as people, then act like he don't know us. Telling all them Cajans that we the real jokers. You know, Caucasians. Well, we don't want you, won't need you, ain't having it. So tell your pay the full cast, they can have it. I'm telling you, Lady Snoop, she's a savage. And brother Polight, his life been fabricated. He take the pick with a star, and he be so elated. But he don't know and they don't know that you get boycotted. Support a thief and know my mama, your career will be suicide. Lady Snoop, TTG, you know she down to ride. A power on my wrist, you know I'm fighting for our rights.
Morning, Judge.
All right, what is this on for? It says motion to increase bond.
Yes, Judge, I did not file a motion. So what happened in this case, Your Honor, is that this is a media case. He was arrested for punishable by life crimes. He should have been held no bond. However, this is one of those charges where the PBL comes in at the very end of the charge, and I think the clerk's office made an error, allowed him to bond out prior to seeing a bond appearance, or prior to going to bond hearing. Somehow I think he was given standard bond of $21,000, $10,000 on count 1 and count 2, and then $1,000 on count 3, Judge. My issue, Judge, is that there's no stay-away order on the case yet. That's why Your Honor asked the defendant to be present. I also am very concerned that the defendant has been essentially terrorizing the victim. I mean, the victim's 14 years old, and there's been a lot of...
Since the arrest?
Since the arrest, Judge, he's been very communicative on, he's been very vocal on social media, on, there's been videos of the victim drugged by this defendant leaked online. Your Honor, on this case, we do have DNA showing that the defendant's sperm was on the victim's clothing.
Your Honor, may I ask why any of this is appropriate, considering no motion has been filed?
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't like being ambushed with all of this. This is...
Nor do I, Your Honor. This is entirely inappropriate.
If, in fact, the state was seeking a motion for pretrial detention, they should have done it. I mean, well, Judge, now, as far as the stay-away order is concerned, I can certainly do that. But I just can't go ahead with allegations from the state without giving notice to the defense. I mean, certainly I would hear it, but I can't do this in a vacuum like this. So the only thing that I know that this was reset for, which was advised to me the last time, is that the stay-away order was not properly presented, and I'm ready and able to do that at this time.
Judge, you are the first appearance, Judge, regarding the information that was filed, Judge. He was charged with a total of 6 counts, Judge, and they're different. They're all different from the charges, except for
again,
one.
Your Honor, excuse me, I have to interrupt. This is entirely...
Hold on. Mr. Terrace, hold on. Let her finish. Just let her finish. I'll allow you to make your argument. Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. He has been charged with 6 counts. One of them is the same, but there's 5 additional counts, Your Honor. So Your Honor does have to set bond on those counts. And then the stay-away order has to be set. I will be filing a motion to increase bond. And I understand that Your Honor does not want to be ambushed. I will file that at a later time, but I did want to put the court on notice that with regards to the other bond amounts that need to be set, Judge.
All right.
So we definitely have to address bond. Okay.
Now, did you have a response, Mr. Torres, and then I will deal with the information?
Yes, Your Honor. We don't. There is no motion pending before the court. The state. No one, our side certainly did not ask for a schedule bond. That was something that the state of Florida decided to place on this case. Those charges were higher charges, and they were downfiled. Doesn't matter that there was more charges that were listed on the information. These are downfiled charges. Mr. Noak is out on constitutional bond. There's no motion pending before this court, and there's no need for Ms. Garcia to just ambush us with additional information that she feels the court and the media in her speak should hear. So we are entirely prepared to address the motion that's before us. Not another word needs to be said regarding a motion that's not pending before this court. We do and are prepared to address the no contact situation today.
Okay. Now, first things first. First thing I have is I have an information that's been given to me by the clerk that was filed on September 14th, which was 3 days ago. And again, I have many cases on my calendar. Has this defendant been arraigned on this information?
He has, Your
He
Honor.
has, Judge.
He has. Okay, so he has been arraigned, and I am looking at, there are a total of 6 counts. I, at this point, do not see that there are any non-bondable offenses. And there appears to be a second-degree felony for count 1, second-degree felony count 2. 3 is also second-degree, 4 second-degree, 5 is a first-degree misdemeanor, and 6 is a third-degree felony. So have all of the bonds been addressed at the time of the arraignment?
No, Judge.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, well, that's what we need to do as far as that is concerned. And I will, what was he out on previously? Let's just start with that.
He was out on count 1 and count 2 for $10,000 each. And then count 3 on the information was a misdemeanor, so that was $1,000. So right now he has a total of $21,000 bond.
Okay, so 1 and 2. So what was added in the information?
So the counts 1 through 4 are all second-degree felonies. Those were not on the information on the
Were not originally charged?
Correct. Also, Judge, count 6 is interference of custody. That one also was not charged. Count 5 was charged as count number 3 on the arrest form. So that one should stay $1,000.
So then what was the original 10,000? If you're saying that 1 through 4 was not charged, and then 6 was not charged, then what was the original charges where he got the two $10,000 and then $1,000?
So the original charges was count 1 was engaging in sexual activity with a child and familiar custodial authority. That was actually a PBL, but that charge, when it's input into the arrest form, it looks like an F1. So on that count, he was given $10,000. Battery of a victim 12 to 17 years of age. That's an F1. That was another $10,000 bond. And then count 3 is count 5 on the information.
Okay. All right. So as it relates to the new information, the court is going to, on count 1, the defendant will be given a bond of $10,000. On count 2, defendant will be given a bond of $10,000. On count 3, defendant will be given a bond of $10,000. On count 4, defendant will be given a bond of $10,000. On count 5, that will be a $1,000. And count 6 will be $5,000 bond. Right, does corrections have that? Well, clerks have that as well?
Yeah, I have it.
Okay. So he is going to need to post those additional amounts. If it was $21,000 originally, it's now going to be $46,000 additional bond. That's as to that issue. Anything further on that issue? And then we're going to get to the stay away order.
So, Judge, I do think it's important to note that he is a California resident. So I would ask that Your Honor consider that when setting the bonds. Are these standard bonds, Judge?
I do not know what is considered a standard bond on these, but these are the bonds that the court's going to be giving.
Okay. So, no, Judge, I'll be filing a motion to increase bond due to the facts of the case. The other, in addition to the bond, Judge, it's just a stay away order I think that we need to address today.
Understood. All right. Anything further from the defense as to the bonds for right now?
Your Honor, I don't see that the state has laid any grounds for why the bond amount should be increased. We believe
we're not there yet. We're not there yet. There's no discussion right now. That's not what's before the court. The court just is setting bonds on the new counts.
These counts are down filed. I just want to make that clear from the record, even though there's more of them.
Understood.
So but we would object to the entire bond amount increasing, considering these are down filed charges.
Okay. Your objection is noted.
Other than that, no, Your Honor.
All right. As it relates to the stay away order, I Okay, so apparently these are minors. If I can have the defendant sworn.
Mr. Noak, can you unmute yourself?
Raise your right hand. Do you swear affirm that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, so you can put your arm down. Can you tell me your full name and your date of birth?
Michael Noak, Juliet, born August 10th, 1983.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, so you are currently charged under case F21 14438 with several counts involving a minor victim. And the minor victim is identified as T like Thomas, S like Sam. Do you know who that is?
Yes.
All right. Sir, you are ordered that you can have no contact with TS. And when I say no contact, that means no direct contact or indirect contact. Indirect contact includes you cannot communicate with this individual via social media. You cannot call. You cannot text. You cannot reach out to this individual or in some way attempt to communicate through a third person. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, I do.
All right. Now, I will just advise you and admonish you. This means what it says. I do not know whether or not you were given any type of a stay-away order, but as of right now, this stay-away order is in effect in that if you violate any terms of this stay-away order, that may be grounds for your bond status, your pretrial release status to be revoked, and you will be immediately taken into custody. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Anything further on that issue from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Anything further from that issue from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right. That is all that the court has before me. Are we done?
I believe so, Judge. I just want the defendant to be aware that he should not be posting any social media posts or anything about this case, about the victim in this case. I know that there was a video of the victim leaked on social media. I'm concerned about the victim's, well-being regarding this case. So I just want to make sure that we will be filing the appropriate motions to avoid that from happening.
All right. Well, just so it's clear. Yeah, just I want both sides to know, allegations are allegations. I certainly will respond to some type of evidence shown to the court that the defendant has some. Let me hear from the defense.
Judge, I just want to make clear for the record as well that this arrest, Mr. Noak has been compliant and has known about this investigation for far before his arrest. Has come down and voluntarily submitted 2 warrants along the way because he has nothing to hide. Any allegations that the state is making about their fear that he might have been tampering or attempting to scare the alleged victim via social media, there's no order saying that he is not allowed to use social media. And I also would like to make clear that it took the state till 4:56 p.m. on the night before the arraignment to file an information here, and a reduced one. If they were so scared, they had ample opportunity to file to do so. So I don't believe that Your Honor has taken into consideration any of the arguments that they've put forth regarding why they believe bond should be increased, because that's inappropriate.
We're not there. I'm not even entertaining it. So let's not even. I don't even want to hear anything about it because nothing's before me as to an increase.
Well, Your Honor has the ability to set the additional counts at ROR.
Well, I'm not. I can tell you I'm not. Based upon the only thing I have in front of me is an information. That's what I've decided as far as the bond is concerned. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less.
Well, we would object to Your Honor taking into consideration any of the statements made by Ms. Garcia in reaching that determination. Okay.
Now, however, I do need to just advise Mr. Noak, based upon some of the arguments. I don't know what is out there that has been posted, but I will advise Mr. Noak that if in fact there is evidence shown to the court that you have somehow been responsible for submitting some type of social media involving this victim, You may have a First Amendment right, but it is limited. And if the state can show that this was done with some type of intent to either harass or intimidate a witness, that's serious. So just keep that in mind. You certainly have a First Amendment right, but if you do something that somehow is intended to intimidate this witness, then the court will listen to what the allegations are and what evidence the state has presented. I think that can be the last word on this matter. I have a December 3rd report date. No, what is that on for?
I believe that was just for the status, Your Honor, case disposition, regular.
Okay, perfect. All right, as of right now, that's the next date that we have on this case. Okay, thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Judge.
Okay,
Thank you, Your Honor.
care. All right, bye-bye.
All right, y'all. You already know. We had to get straight to the shits. Fuck you, brother Polight. Eat a glizzy. I don't gotta sub you. We don't do the subs over here. We do directs. That's a fact. And you ain't suing shit over here, brother, because I'm gonna tell you like this. How you gonna sue somebody telling the facts? Everything I reported on was either out of your mouth or it was coming out in the news, brother. And that's a fact. Or the testimonies of your many scam victims, brother. And that's gonna be in this video too. We also gonna have one of your wives who admitted to being underage when you tried to approach her in the bookstore and you later on seduced her because she's fatherless, nigga. That's a fact. But brother Polight, let's line you up some more further. Now, these are the new charges. Now, we're also gonna play a video of brother Polight trying to say it with his chest, looking like the Hamburglar with the penguin from Batman hat on, brother. Coming at every YouTuber extra tough. Right? Brother, they gonna suck you dry with this case. You ain't suing shit. However, let's get into his charges, right? Now, his first charge is LNL molestation of a child 12 through 16. Now, what is that? LNL molestation of a child 12 through 16. The crime of lewd and lascivious molestation by a person 18 or older on a child 12 or older, but younger than 16. Oh, damn. We're going to get into that later. Is a second-degree felony punishable by up to 15 years in prison or 15 years of sex offender probation and a $10,000 fine. What else are you charged with, brother Polight? Oh, you got charged with it again. We're trying to make sure that sticks. So if you trying to sue somebody for slander, sue your fucking lawyer. He must be telling you everything good. They lined you up perfect. If they didn't add these extra charges, yo nasty ass probably would have skated. Allegedly. Now he got hit with that twice. Now he also has an LNL conduct with a child younger than 16. What is that? That can't be worse, can it? Lewd and lascivious conduct with a child is inappropriate behavior of a sexual nature. The victims are children under 16 years old, and lewd and lascivious conduct with a minor is often charged as a felony sex offense. A person convicted of a lascivious behavior with a child can face severe penalties, including up to life. Yeah, we beat the big shit. You know, the shit that comes with 30 years? What they say, chat? What it say? A person convicted of lascivious behavior with a child can face severe penalties, including up to life. Life in prison, and must register as a sex offender for 10 years. Learn more in our legal guide below. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, Chad, what else is he charged with? He's charged with contributing to a delinquency of a minor. Now, what comes with that? What is that? Remember in our first initial report, we said, from what the police report said, he allegedly gave this young girl alcohol, then proceeded to perform or force her to perform oral on him. The victim then wakes up allegedly to him trying to make her vomit whatever alcohol or allegedly if any other narcotic. So yeah, they hit him with that too. But that's the lightest thing he's facing, which is still crazy. I can't believe this is a misdemeanor. That should be a felony too, bro. It's a fact. Hey, yo, brother Polight. For Romeo No Juliet TV, I hope you love part 4 way more than you love part 2. Let's get into it.
Were you surprised when here you are in the bookstore and the owner walks over to you and says, hey, I'm looking for a second wife, what do you think? Were you surprised?
That's exactly how it happened. But yes, I was. So it's not something that you're exposed to.
Right, that's right.
Initially. Like, we don't learn this in school.
Right. And so what was your first impression, your first thought when you got it?
The first thought I actually had was, I was just like, does she know? Right. That was my first thought. It was natural because
that's right.
When I started coming, I was really young. So I actually looked.
How old were you at the time?
I was like 17.
Oh, okay.
I was 16, 17. My mother used to go to the bookstore. And
how old were you at the time?
I was like 17.
Oh, okay.
I was 16, 17. My mother used to go to the bookstore.
How old were you at the time?
I was like 17.
Oh, okay.
I was 16, 17.
So you meet her, and then what happened in your mind? You're like, this is a good one to be with?
Well, actually, yes, because like they mentioned, she has been coming around to the bookstore for years before we even, actually, yes, because like they mentioned, she has been coming around to the bookstore for years before we even, actually, yes, because like they mentioned, she has been coming around to the bookstore for years before we even consider her as a co-wife. So it's not like, you know, a random person off the street. Like, I've actually seen her, I've seen her family.
Right.
You know, we're pretty much on the same path. So I said, this would be a good sister.
How was Brother Polight able to convince you to do this?
Wow, your choice of words. Well, like, for me, I thought more of the future. And as they mentioned, I was conceiving at the time. So I know I didn't have both parents. There are things that I was lacking growing up. And I wanted more. No, I wanted more for my child.
Right.
So I said, you know what? I can see how I can benefit, because I also wanted to educate my child. So I was able to homeschool. My child was able to see both parents, and she was able to grow into inherited wealth, because we already erected our own businesses. So I said, you know, it's different, but I'm willing to give it a try. And he showed me results. Like, I've seen results, and she was very positive. Right? It was very positive. We was on the same path, like mentally as well.
Oh,
and we all wanted more for each other.
Oh man, did she just say? Hold on, Chad. Did one wife say that, oh yeah, I was 16, and then the other wife said that, yeah, they've known her years prior to them actually getting married? And hold on, Chad, 1 + 1 = 2, 2 + 2 = 4. Hold on, bruh. Hold on, time out, man. You are charged currently with lewd or lascivious acts with a minor, bro. And that is from 12 to 16. One of your wives said they met you when they were 16. And the other wife was like, correction, we met her years before that. That's why they all making this face looking at the other wife like, yo, why'd you do that, bro? Like, come on. Like, we was trying to keep this on the up and up. We could have said some stage 16 or 6. The other wife said they met the other wife years prior to her being 16. What are you being charged with now? Tell me when this is slanderous, because this is not. This is all facts. This is out of your mouth and what you are being charged with, sir, brother Polight. All right? It says lewd, lascivious acts with a minor 12 through 16. That is what you are being charged with, brother. One of your wives is saying hey, I met them at 16. The other wife is like, hey, I was cool with it because we knew her years prior. Almost like they plotted on you. We're going to get back to this documentary, though. All right?
The social media influencer and motivational speaker is making headlines for the wrong reason. NBC6 reporter Kim Nguyen is live in Miami Beach tonight with more on the arrest of the man known as Brother Polight. Kim.
Yeah, well, Jawan, the suspect surrendered here at the Miami Beach Police Department earlier this week. Police charged him with sexual battery of a 14-year-old girl. We did speak with his lawyer earlier tonight, who says that these charges are false. This is the mugshot of 37-year-old Michael Noak Jr., also known as Brother Polight, to his more than 300,000 Instagram followers. Miami Beach police arrested Noak this week for alleged sexual battery of a 14-year-old girl in a hotel room in February. Police say the alleged victim was the daughter of a woman he was romantically linked to. Defense attorney David Terrace says his client is innocent.
Once the evidence is produced, that he is going to be exonerated. So yeah, not guilty, nothing else.
According to the police report, Noak, a motivational speaker and author who lives in LA, asked the woman if he could take her daughter to an after party at a club in Miami. The report states Noak took the teen to his hotel after seeing that the club was closed. Police say the suspect gave the teen alcohol and started dancing and touching the teen inappropriately, groping her breast, inner thighs, and buttocks. It goes on to say Noak tried to force the teen to perform oral sex on him. The teen allegedly passed out and woke up to Noak trying to make her throw up.
These are serious allegations, but in any situation, there is always motive. There is always a lot behind the scenes that the public is not going to be able to see.
The report states that the girl's mother found her intoxicated and possibly on drugs, with severe swelling on her mouth and lips. It later states Noak told the mother not to call police because it would ruin his career. Noak was served with a DNA warrant in June and surrendered to police on Monday. Terrace says the police report is only an allegation. And Noak claims to have written more than 90 books. In an interview, he also claims to have several wives. This is the mugshot of 37-year-old Michael Noak Jr., also known as Brother Polight, to his more than 300,000 Instagram followers. Miami Beach police arrested Noak this week for alleged sexual battery of a 14-year-old girl in a hotel room in February. Police say the alleged victim was the daughter of a woman he was romantically linked to. Defense attorney David Terrace says his client is innocent.
Once the evidence is produced, that he is going to be exonerated. So yeah, not guilty, nothing else.
According to the police report, Noak, a motivational speaker and author who lives in LA, asked the woman if he could take her daughter to an after party at a club in Miami. The report states Noak took the teen to his hotel after seeing that the club was closed. Police say the suspect gave the teen alcohol and started dancing and touching the teen inappropriately, groping her breast, inner thighs, and buttocks. It goes on to say Noak tried to force the teen to perform oral sex on him. The teen allegedly passed out and woke up to Noak trying to make her throw up.
These are serious allegations, but in any situation, there is always motive. There is always a lot behind the scenes that the public is not going to be able to see.
The report states that the girl's mother found her intoxicated and possibly on drugs, with severe swelling on her mouth and lips. It later states Noak told the mother not to call police because it would ruin his career. Noak was served with a DNA warrant in June and surrendered to police on Monday. Terrace says the police report is only an allegation. And Noak claims to have written more than 90 books. In an interview, he also claims to have several wives.
I believe in money more than I believe in God. Walk with me, people. Walk with me. And share this video. I want you to share this video with the world so they can know how pissed off I am about God. Because y'all want to talk about frauds and scammers. Jesus is the biggest fraud in the black community.
That shit. Fuck together. Fuck the hood and fuck the animals that live in that motherfucker. If you feel like I'm talking to all black people, you too.
So my name that I often go by is Nisut Amunre Senatumre, which is my preference. I'd rather be called Nisut Amunre Senatumre. You know, the master teacher, Reverend Dr. Malachi Kobina York, gave me the name, as well as name my family, name my daughter since birth. He's my spiritual master and guide. He's my father. You understand? He's my God. He's my deity, however y'all want to call it. Let's say he molested 1,000 children. Factually. Genetic evidence and everything. Things that we don't deny scientifically. We say, wow, okay, true. If someone was to ask me, would you still worship him as your Most High, acknowledge him as your Most High God? I would have to. When we say that the black woman is God, family, please listen to us, plain and clear. She too, the word too, she too is also in control of specific aspects of creation that transcend the convention of the man's genitalia. That's one. And two, sometimes society needs to hear a black man attest to the greatness of his woman. Because if a woman does it, guess what? If I were a woman talking right now, y'all would say she's a feminist. Y'all would say that she's suppressing the black men. So now, sometimes it comes a point in our story where the black men now have to say, I bear witness to the greatness of the black woman, so she don't have to take the heat. So that's all I'm going to say. The black woman is God. Ain't nothing changing that.
Give it up for Polight, yo.
Here we go. You went from the black woman is God to... Because I'm not talking about the God everybody else serving. Let's stop being ignorant about this. I'm saying, you guys believe in a God. Did that God exist during them 400 years of slavery?
So remember, money's my religion. So I ain't gonna have nobody just bashing my religion like that. So if you telling me something about religion, my religion in particular, then I gotta fight for my religion. We gotta have a religious crusade.
Great shooting, Lisa.
Hey, get me Genesis. Give me Genesis, chapter 17, verse 6. Read.
And the Lord said, ISUPK was not bulletproof on this day.
Hold on, can't see the rest of the sentence. Too much fucking holes in it. Look at that shit.
That's right.
Now it's the Holy Bible.
That's right. Clearly the Holy Bible right now.
Y'all say I sold out. I say I cashed in.
I found out over 72% of my blood is Igbo or Nigerian. So 72% of my blood is Nigerian. It only suffices to say that's where I'm supposed to be if I want to feel comfortable. So I start eating Nigerian foods. Now, alkaline. I start going into the rights of the Nigerians. I start getting cotton. Ancient Nigerians getting cotton and putting scents on them and burning them from cotton because they didn't have candles. Start playing Nigerian music. Start learning the Nigerian language under the pretense that my blood's 72% Nigerian.
Caught my first serious case was because I shot somebody in their face. They called me Cavity after that. And Cavity because I put a hole in somebody's mouth from shooting.
So we had the judge recuse himself, which is when the judge has to get off the stand and say, I can't deal with this case. He had to recuse himself. We gotta learn the law, man. What is he doing? Sending black men and women to prison for murder. And when I beat this case, can't be tried for the second time.
I'm locked up there. I wound up being released. I was locked up September 19th or something to that effect. But I wound up being released for that one October 31st. I didn't know I was going to be released. The brother refused to testify. I was locked up for dismemberment. First they locked me up for murder, then they changed it to attempted murder.
So who that said they want to do something about Polight?
I call him my little big brother because he's younger than me, but he know more than me. I call him my little big brother. Fuck with my buster, I'm telling you, man. Y'all niggas playing, man. Only reason man do shit because he tell us to chill all the time. Let him release the leash.
But he tell me to chill yet.
Leash, man.
He ain't tell me I ain't got a leash. I'm set loose all day long. I'm set loose all day long. He ain't tell me chill. Fuck that.
Polight, you know Polight done took money from rappers in New York. Don't come back to Brooklyn. Don't come back to Queens. Don't come back here. Polight ain't Crip. He got the whole community thinking he's Crip. Not one Crip co-signed this dude in Brooklyn. Nobody. I told him, like, y'all ever heard of him? Nah, I never heard of him. But he's using that video to go around to scare people who's not really street into giving up that money. Then he goes off and hit him with some street talk. Your man ain't street.
And it's true that you do have men getting breast cancer, the same one reminiscent to that of what females get, because they have milk being produced there. Because believe it or not, men are evolving into females. And over time, you'll see it. And when men evolve into a female, the females are going to evolve into something else. And that's going to be a
hold on my account for $1,500. I did not, it was not a part of such event. And if there was any event, please provide proof, she capitalizes proof, that I was part of this lecture and event. I have no knowledge of this event. I did not participate at a university event. I was not associated anyway with this scam. That's what she called it, a scam, because that's what she said, this is a fraud and a scam. The $1,500 was for real estate investment for property. $1,500 was for real estate investment for property. I have not received any property you and Michael Noak, aka Brother Polight, have defaulted on. I'm a mother of 4 kids. I cannot and will not be a part of a scam. I need my money back. Please resend my $1,500.